Hello guys, and welcome to episode 22 of my Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia playthrough, playing as East Engle on very hard difficulty. Now what you may notice is that some of the figures on the top side here are different from the last time I recorded, and that is due to the latest patch. So, what you have noticed is that my income has dropped from 5,700 a turn to 805. You may also notice that our food is going to basically put us in famine in one turn due to all of a sudden all of our units giving us less food. Now, I don't particularly mind the changes in the latest patch, but the fact that it affects my current save in such a huge way is pretty ridiculous. We went from having so much food surplus. Well, it wasn't totally a lot. I mean, I am upgrading a lot of the buildings right now. But to the point where it is now, please, Total War. Creative Assembly just really makes me want to hate them that little bit more for what they do to this game sometimes. Like, again, I love the changes. They've made it so that the towers exploding don't kill your own dudes anymore. That's fantastic. They've made it so that like it's harder in general, which I welcome because I found it relatively easy on very hard difficulty. But making it so it changes my current campaign is just really irritating. I think in like previous Total Wars, they made it so that like current campaigns, they would not be affected by the latest changes, or at least not a lot. But in this case, this is pretty ridiculous. So we're going to have to sort this out. The main reasons our upkeep or our income is lower is because our upkeep is higher. Traits, which basically gave you minus upkeep, have been nerfed, so they give you more up, or basically your armies cost more now. The other thing is, for every estate that your king doesn't own, it costs you 100. So in this case, other expenses here, minus 2,200 is probably a lot of that, which is kind of bad. But at least we're still positive. At least we're getting 805 per turn. Gonna have to rely a lot more on sacking from now on than we used to. Right, the main way I'm thinking of getting around this food is just by disbanding this new army we have. Like at least all of these guys. Not the elite guys, but we'll get rid of all these lot. That's still minus 72, that's ridiculous. Let's get rid of all those. We'll keep the more elite men. Might get rid of these men. And maybe a couple of these as well. And we'll get rid of one of these. Okay, that's going to put us at 8 food surplus, which is fine. And with our buildings currently upgrading, I think we're upgrading a lot of fishing ports and stuff. Hopefully our food production will increase. But the reason that the food production has gone down isn't because they've nerfed the farms, it's because they've basically nerfed other buildings to the point where they require more food now. And that is the main issue. So things like trading posts just take way more food, all that good stuff. One thing that is quite nice is I think these markets now give us public order bonuses, so we're not dealing with public order in as many places anymore, which is great. Like especially down here, we get +6 from Ex-Engle, sorry. And we do have a spare building slot here. We were going to build the patrols, weren't we? So let's get that done. That is going to cost us more food, but for now, we're just going to have to wait until our farms upgrade. Right, we are dealing with loyalty, probably due to estates. No, never mind. Okay, so it's all to do with the changes in the patch. The more influential than leader, or the ruler, sorry, affects dudes more now than it used to. Also, it looks like they've increased the penalty of removing governor positions from people. So Oslak is now only at 1. We're going to have to fix that. Maybe if he hasn't already got a wife, we can marry him. Never mind, he's already got one. Maybe we just have to secure loyalty. Let's go ahead and do that. Bribe him with words. I kind of want to pay the bribe, but I don't have enough money to do that. +2 loyalty would be great, but I don't want to sacrifice my influence. Guess we'll just leave it be for now then. Nothing I can do about it. But yeah, like I said, I like the changes, and I like that they've made it more difficult. Maybe not the loyalty system, because I hate the loyalty system, but just in general, making the campaign more difficult is great. Okay, let's continue to make this guy a better champion. We'll have to ignore the loyalty issues for now. Ignore that and ignore that. Okay. Phew, it's a lot of changes. It's a lot of changes, guys. Not a huge fan of it affecting this campaign. But I think I've made my point. Let's carry on. I'm just going to get my troops moving. Those guys can stay in position. I'll also keep these guys in position as well. Alrighty then. That's everything. In terms of technology, they nerfed the melee skill bonus for sword and axe infantry units on these offensive tactics, so that's significantly less, which means that a lot of my soldiers are much worse than they were. So when we go into battle now, we're going to have to bear that in mind. It will make battles generally a lot closer. So my guys sort of climbing up onto walls now are just absolutely savage enemy infantry, like they used to. As you can see here now as well, the Warrior Society has been reduced from 100% replenishment chance to 50% replenishment chance. There's just a lot of changes that have made all of these military trees worse, which kind of sucks. But there we go. Let's move on to the next turn. I'm not sure what they've done with warfare, but they have certainly made some changes, so there is that. Just go aggressive and kill that guy. Okay, easy done. We'll just take on the warriors since we won't get any cash for selling him. They've also, in general, I think, increased the cost of buildings now, so regardless of the amount of money that we have, it's still going to cost us more. But killed in battle, that's great. Cernia is destroyed. Fantastic. Now, in terms of our objectives, we need to destroy one more faction, and we've defeated the Long Kingdom victory. So, my plans for this campaign now, with this patch coming out, is just to sort of complete it. So, we'll go for the Long Kingdom victory. We'll have the raids come. We'll destroy the raids, and then maybe go on to a new campaign with the harder difficulty introduced with the latest patch. I think that would be a better idea, because currently trying to manage it is just going to be really awkward. So we could, for example, just go and destroy these guys. They're pretty weak. Let's have a look. If we go to diplomacy. Are they friends with anyone? No, they're not. Let's destroy these guys. We'll pop the event. And I'll have my men sort of move into position. Because we've got, what, tier 3 infantry now. The Anglian champions are the best ones we can get. They can't get any better. We've got the maximum swordsmen. And we've got the berserkers. The only thing we haven't got is the master spearmen. But they probably are just mailed spearmen, as opposed to sort of leather sort of strapped guys. Currently we're working on the missile specialist that will unlock armoured archers. I think going through this tree is still good, because this one hasn't been touched too much, at least not the first few sections there. Anyway, yeah, moving on with our troops. This province is perfectly okay, so we will probably move Guthrum up to Tindagol, and we might have to defend there. This guy, he can just hang about. I might have this army come onto the water here and go across to Dinas Powys. They will then join this army in attacking this this faction. They are Gliswig, or Glewisig, sorry. I guess we'll just have him down here for now, because what I'll likely do in the next turn is attack them. We'll take Lan Ildut, and then we'll have this army come onto shore and go for the attack onto Ned. Right, meanwhile, we might actually be better off sending this guy south. That's fine. Same with this guy, actually. I might have him meet up with this guy, and we'll sort of merge the armies so that one is a max stack. Because we are getting some food surplus now, which is nice. But we want that to be pretty much maxed again, so we get the plus 30% replenishment. So just trying to work around the changes right now. I didn't really need the extra army anyway, I just built it because I could. So we're still in a decent spot, and I think we will be finding ourselves the Long Kingdom victory in this episode at least. Okay, here king, swords or plowshares? Maybe we should go with the English. And we can get here king army up from just attacking the Welsh, so we'll do that for now. And that will get rid of some of the extra penalties that here king army is causing. Right, we can't do anything about the public order. But Guthrum has leveled up. Maybe we go for the forager with him. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep going with this, because now he's already got a point in it. It's actually quite nice to level up. This guy's certainly a bit confused. It's got extra replenishment food production. I think we'll just go for the next level of scribe though. What about Lifing? This is our son. He is going to continue to be a great governor. Bravo. In terms of our faction, Oslak has sorted his shit out. He doesn't have a problem with us anymore. What about Anlaf? He's still struggling to be friendly. Can we seek him a wife? We can. Let's do that. +1 governance, zeal and loyalty. Very nice. Perfect. So that's not only going to give him a loyalty from us finding him a wife, but it's also going to give him loyalty from the wife herself. So that sorts out that problem. Fantastic. And you guys were mentioning that I should try and marry off my other lords to increase loyalty in general and give us extra bonuses. So when I can, I will do that. This guy is 50. It might be a bit late for him to have a wife, but sure. We could do that later down the line. Kind of just going to save the cash for now, since we don't have as much of it. Let's retrain these guys to great axemen. That's fine. And it looks like you can upgrade them now without being in the province, or without being in a settlement even, which is an interesting change. I think in general they've just been listening to community feedback, which is great, but again, really not happy about it affecting my current campaign. I guess it's kind of in the same vein as like Europa Universalis players, when they're doing like an Iron Man run, and then Paradox comes out with like a patch that basically voids their save. Yeah. But for YouTube purposes, I think it's kind of silly. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and attack these guys. We'll smash them. Easy peasy. Just auto-resolve this one. The next battle we have with them will most definitely be played out. But that is fine. Lost 62. Oh, that's worth 10,000? What? No way. And it still costs a ludicrously low amount to repair, so he gained the 5,000 profit from sacking before occupying, which I think is definitely a thing they should remove. Like, you shouldn't be able to sack a settlement and then take it, and it costs less to repair the buildings than the damage you did and the money you got from it. That kind of seems silly. Either way, the mint here, that now costs 6,200 to build. I'm pretty sure that's a significant increase. I think building it at Northwick though is a good idea, so I'm actually going to put the money into that. Okay, nice. Meanwhile, this army needs to come into Dinas Powys. Actually, can I just jump outside of that settlement and have these guys come into that settlement? They're not in range. Okay, so we'll just sit in the settlement for now. That's fine. These guys are traveling south, mainly because of the event popping. With the Normans coming over after I get the Long Kingdom victory. One thing I have noticed though is that war feathers actually changed. It's gone. It looks like it's reset. I did not notice that. Okay, maybe that's just because the whole idea of it was a bit messed up, but it does actually help us in a way, which is kind of odd. I was just complaining about how it's made things worse, but in that sense, I kind of like how it's reset our border wars. Alright, let's hand over all these guys. We'll take one of those scout horsemen and we'll just get rid of them. That's fine. So we've got significantly more cav in here than we do in other armies. And we're relying on javelin men instead of archers. Okay, let's just jump into that settlement. He can just stay there now, and we'll have this one go down to Colony Caster or Northwick. The swing in income though is actually terrifying. It's ridiculous. You have to be so careful about taking land. Wait, why is Oslak now unhappy with me? I thought he sorted his shit out. I guess not. Alright, we'll have to deal with that in the next turn then. Now all the money's gone though. God damn it. Game's trolling me again. Alright, Glewisig did not do anything. Gwynedd has been destroyed. Let's go ahead and smash these guys. We aren't actually in range to attack Ned. We'll just move both the armies up like so. Stand on the border. We'll absolutely smash them. Right, can we secure this guy's loyalty? I don't know that we can. And I'm assuming that divorcing them would reduce loyalty even further. Yeah, we're going to save another turn and hopefully be able to purchase the loyalty again without any trouble this time.
We'll see this through.
Might be worth... Yeah, actually, next time we can do it and afford a bribe if we need to. So that is fine.
We'll see this through.
Okay, what about this chap? He's going to be moving down to possibly Solisiga, actually. Maybe have him come all the way down.
Move up. You can rely on us.
Let's go to Colony Kiilstofte, because at least they're evenly spread then.
Enemy blood will flow.
That's fine. One turn until armoured archers are available. Not that having armour on archers is actually very useful. But if they do more damage than sword archers, then that's great. Which I can probably check. We have a guy in a settlement, don't we? So these are armoured archers. Their missile damage is 32. Yeah, they actually have more accuracy, better rate of fire. Extra missile damage. So regardless of the fact they have armour, they are actually better in general. It will definitely be worth getting our hands on those. Right, gained Carpenter for Anlaf. That's good. Minus construction costs and extra governance. Send the turn. So what you will notice is we're definitely spending a lot less cash because we have less cash. Our food surplus is slowly increasing, which is good. But I did have to almost disband an entire army.
My skills are growing.
Okay. Missile specialist complete. I wonder how many of those we can build. Alright, Oslak's still dealing with loyalty problems, so we'll try that again. And we'll torture the mofo. Love torturing him. Wow, this guy's got maxed out governance now. Well, I guess we'll go to level 4 scribe. And then what we'll do is we'll go to, like, Zeal next. Because there's no point in pushing to level 3 scribe. I guess maybe the -2 construction time for town buildings is pretty nice, but I'm not sure. Wow, this settlement sorted out its public order issues pretty quick, hasn't it? Again, I think it's mainly just due to this market.
Enemy blood will flow.
Okay, time to attack this settlement. We got a little bit of overkill going on here, so I might just attack with one army. Because having to manage them all will be quite annoying. So we'll just attack with one. If we lose, we can attack with the other one. We actually have some upgraded units. Cantref Spearmen, Welsh Spearmen. Got some levies in there still. Plenty of archers. It actually says that the battle's slightly in their favour, I think. But nah, let's go ahead and fight this on the battle map. Yeah. I was a bit confused there. I was assuming they had some sort of fortifications, but they don't. Now we're attacking across a hill. So we don't have to necessarily worry so much about climbing a hill. Although we could climb the hill and then run down and attack them. Let's keep it dry. And yeah, I guess we'll just sort of posture up the hill. Again, so we just don't have to climb as much. I'm not going to worry too much about my formation at the moment. Okay, that'll do.
Cavalry charge to the rear of an enemy formation can be devastating. Keep your cavalry in reserve, and then hammer the flank or rear of the enemy.
Alright, we'll have these guys on one side, these guys on the other, with the spears on those flanks. just for cav. Archers in the mid. General can pop in there. Lovely. So that's going to be our guys sorted out. Cavalry on one side, cavalry on the other. And we'll just speed it up. There's a strength bar in battle is actually in our favour. So yeah, we are above them now, which is going to make things a lot easier. I'm surprised that they haven't postured towards us yet though, since they can see my entire army. I really should turn off advice as well. I think we've sorted out our tactics in this game a long time ago. Right, let's control grip these guys. We'll start to move forwards. Just attack into their flank. Are they really not going to turn to face me? That is rather silly. I feel like the AI is just broken. As my archers get into range, that's generally when they will do something. Did it say our foes have surprised us? I don't think they have, if I'm honest. But sure thing. Just charge into their horsemen here. Get them into a melee. Not sure quite what's going on there, but sure.
The enemy approaches.
Turn off skirmish, but on guard. We want our cav to attack their cav here. Alright, we're holding quite well. I might just put these guys into shield wall. Same with these guys. Actually, these guys... Wait, what? They have shields on their backs. So as I run away here, they actually get missile protection, which is different. Different to normal. Let's just continue to smash through. That's fine. We should focus their archers though, because their archers are going to do a lot of damage to us otherwise. The Welsh archers are actually very good. We're going to have to try and deal with those. Kill their cavalry as well. They don't have any cavalry on the right flank as far as I can see, so we might be able to take advantage of that. Let's go into the wall there with those guys. We've got the men fighting at the front anyway, so that's fine. Bring these guys up the flank, same with those guys. Yep, that's their cav dead. Okay, let's have those come around the flank here. We need to get our spearmen up as well. Okay. Right, their general's getting involved in the melee. So what I'm going to do, we'll have the cav come in on the side. We need to kill their general as well. Those mailed swordsmen, they're in the shield wall, but they are taking a lot of damage still. Right, we're smashing into them pretty hard there, that's nice. Get those guys into the melee now. I'm going to have my Huskarls charge into the back of these Welsh levy spearmen here. Right, meanwhile our cav is just destroying their ranged forces. Alright, come on men. Charge on in. Oh, that's going to be absolutely savage amounts of damage. Their archers are getting annihilated by the cav. We've got their cav bogged down. Get the spearmen to come up. Let's fire into the Welsh levy spearmen here. A lot of them are showing their backs to my archers. Oh my, that's a lot of arrows. Okay.
See? They flee before our might.
Okay. Most of their archers are dealt with now, which is good. Alright, I'll get most of my cavalry to go and attack their general. Have one go and attack those archers. Get engaged there, that's fine. Wow, mowing them down as they run away. Those archers are doing a ton of damage. Just turn off their fire at will though.
The enemy general is dead.
And that's job done. It is a settlement battle, so we can just end it there. Very nice. And that should be our Long Kingdom victory. Since we've wiped them out. Really good kill counts actually. Those Huskars did a fantastic job. This is going to be another, maybe sack and occupy, but I think it's just going to be an occupy. And that is Long Kingdom victory. Is it not? Yes, it is. Maybe we get a victory screen in the next turn. Who knows? Do have some loyalty issues now due to estates being low. I might give it to one of my high influence guys. This was mentioned to me in one of the comments. You guys were saying that it's probably better off giving more estates to those with the highest influence already because it can't get more than 10. So giving them more estates means that I'm not buffing the influence of lower men, which is a good thing. And Oslak's been having issues, so I will give him one. That is fine. That sorts out our loyalty problems. And unfortunately, that's been my time, so I am going to have to leave it here. In the next episode, we will explore the end crisis and see if we can win an ultimate victory. That's all for now. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.